Welcome everyone to this new session, and today I'll be covering conditions in JavaScript. And for that, I'll start with the if-else statement. And basically this statement is going to do something if a certain condition is matched and do something else if that condition is not matched. Without wasting time, let's jump right into it. So here I'll say const, I'll create an array of people or person. Okay, let me say I'll create an array of people, and this is going to basically have object inside. So we'll say maybe one person. This person should have a name. Here we're going to have name for this person, and his name is going to be maybe, let me use my name, I'll say Muddy. And this person, you should also have an age, right? So I'll say name and age, and here age is going to be equal to 19, like this. So we are going to create a bunch of people, so I'll have someone else. I'll say here name, and this second person is going to be Mark, like this. We're going to have Mark, and this person is going to have the age, I'll say 22. So we'll have a third person, and this person is going to be, okay, let me just put a name here, and I'll first put the age, and this person is 14, okay? And maybe we'll give that person a name, and I may call her Nadia, all right? So basically what I would like to do is to go through the entire array, and for each person we would like to know if that person is an adult or not, okay? So I'll say people, and for this I'll map, okay, instead of map I'll say for each element of that array. So we are going to get a person here, and for each person I would like to check. So here's where I'm going to put my condition, right? And I'll say if, because I would like to check if that person is an adult, right? So I'll say if person.age is greater than 18. So if that person's age is greater than 18, I would like to console log that. Let me put my template literals here. I'll say person, and this is a variable. I would first put a $sign. I'll say person dot name. That person's name is an adult, right? So if now here I'm going to add something. I say else. So if this condition is not matched, right? If that person is that person's age is not greater than 18, that means is less than 18. And here I would like to say console log. So let me grab this code here, and for this case I'll say console log is not an adult, right? So in this case we have used some conditions, and this case we have used the if-else statement. So basically here we say if that person's age is greater than 18. So if we take here Mary, if his age is greater than 18, we're going to say Mary is an adult. So for this case of Nadia, if you check her age is less than 18, right? So we expect to see Nadia is not an adult. So if we give this a try, let me quickly give this a try. Here in my console, I'm just going to, in my browser, I'm going to open my console, okay? So if I refresh, you see here, we get, okay, let me quickly show you, like right here, right? You see Mary is an adult, Mark is an adult, and Nadia is not an adult, right? That means this if-else statement checks if that person is greater than 18, and it returns something according to that function. And that's how basically if-else statement work. And you can use them in real world in your project to check some conditions and render something to the user according to that condition. So sometimes we have cases like this. Let me show you. Here we're going to add profession, and we are going to say this one is a programmer, right? So here professional marks, we say profession, and we'll say maybe this one is an accountant, okay? And here we'll say Nadia instead of H. We add here profession, and we'll say this one is maybe, let me see, we'll say this one is I don't know, let me say a manager. Let me keep it simple. So we'll say right here, if person dot profession is equal, and we are checking if that is equal to programmer, and what we're going to do, we'll say console log, and we'll put our backticks. We'll have to change this and say maybe person dot name is a programmer. So next step, we'll just copy this so that we'll go a bit quick. So here we'll say just I copy this one more time here and now here. So I'll say here we're going to check if it's an accountant. Say is an accountant like this. And down here we're going to check lastly if profession is a manager, and we'll say this one is a manager, okay, like this, manager, okay. So what I'm going to do next, these are going, we can't say if, so here I'm going to say else if, again else if, and here else if, like this. So here you can add another one, and to say if all those conditions are not matched, just say this one like this. So say console log person dot name, and this is supposed to be in curly braces like this. Also is a student, okay. So if we give this a try, I refresh, you see Madi is a programmer, Mark is an accountant, Nadia is a manager. But think of it, let's say we have so many professions and you'd like to loop through all of them. You don't want to have this boring else if statement. So to solve this, we can change the way of using the if else statement, and we'll introduce you to the switch statement. So how to use the switch statement? Let me remove, okay, I'm not going to remove this, I'll just comment this code, okay, so that we keep it there, but we are going to introduce the switch method. So here I'm going to say switch, okay, and this takes in an argument, and here it's going to be person.profession like this. So here we are going to open the curly bracket and we'll say case, okay, because we have cases, and here the first case is going to be person.profession equals programmer, like this, programmer. And now if that's the case, we just say console log, and we grab this line of code right here, we put it. So here we'll have a bunch of cases and we'll say case, and here you don't have to say person.professional equal programmer because that's the switch, right? And here all you have to say is case programmer, and you put the dot, and down here all you're going to say is console console log, and I'll grab this line of code from here. Okay, like this. Have it. So I just put it up here so that we save time. Okay, and this is going to be this way. And I'll say if this condition is matched, I don't want to go through the other conditions, right? And here I'm just going to say break. Okay, so I'll try to copy this line of code so that I save a little bit of time. And here I'm going to say Ctrl V again, Ctrl V and Ctrl V times 4. So here I'll say this is going to be a counter. Okay, this is an counter, and here it's supposed to be programmer, not a counter, programmer. So if another case here we have for Nadia, she's a manager, so we have manager, and now here it's a manager like this. So here we have another case, and that is called the default case. So if all those conditions are not matched, we have the default case, and this doesn't take any parameters. It stays like that. So say default will do this, okay? And here it's supposed to be is a student. So if you check that this code looks like this code, okay? We have where we have a programmer, we have an accountant right here, we have a manager, and the else is the default, okay? Is a student. So if none of those conditions is matched, we have the default case, right? So let's give this a try. I refresh here. You should see Mary is a programmer, Mark is an accountant, and Nadia is a manager. So if we say maybe, let's say, let me go back here and say this one is not an accountant and maybe he's a lawyer. Okay, but this condition of lawyer is not in our cases. So here you should see is a student. You see it has changed. Mark is a student. So that's how the switch statement works, right? It's like an if. It's like this one of if, else, if, but good fashion, right? So the way you see this one, it looks a bit clean. It's a bit cleaner than this one, okay? So guys, that was all for this video. Hope you saw all those differences between the uses of all those switches, all those switch statement and the if else statement. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And I'll see you in the next one, guys.